Motherfucking is like that. Welcome back to another episode of Survival Time. We finna get into the situation with Tyla. Niggas is like kind of mad or whatever about like her responses and shit, and feeling like she coming at black people right now. So I'm finna try to get a little deeper into this shit. Let's see what's up.
When Tyla took over the world with Water, everyone thought it was up from there. The song became a significant success. It became the first song by a South African solo artist to surpass 1 billion streams. The song also won the inaugural Grammy Award for the Best African Music Performance.
And the Grammy goes to Water. Tyla.
Oh my gosh, guys, this is crazy. Like, I never thought I'd say I won a Grammy at 22 years old. Guys.
Additionally, Water achieved RAA Platinum status in the US, signifying 1 million units sold, but eventually being certified 3 times platinum in the US alone. The song's popularity was further boosted by a viral TikTok dance challenge, and it reached #1 on the US Afrobeat songs charts. She broke into the top 10 Billboard 200, and this has to be a career-defining moment, and at this point, especially for a South African. But the cracks were beginning to show. When Hollywood became Hollywood, it became Hollywood.
In South Africa, my race is called colored, and it's a very stressful term to use in America because I know it's a derogatory term,
Right.
But I mean, that's what we are called.
Living with opioid addiction can be a struggle. Supplicate with Counseling is for adults with moderate to severe opioid addiction.
Nigga, if you got an opioid addiction, nigga, take your ass to somewhere where you need to get some real motherfucking help, nigga. Don't let YouTube tell you where to get some motherfucking help. You shouldn't even be on YouTube if you're addicted to opioids, nigga. Get the fuck off the shit, nigga. Kick the habit, nigga. We on internet.
So Tyla started circulating and trending for the wrong reasons. She attracted major controversy when she basically created an internet culture war. And she basically said she was proudly a colored woman. But obviously it didn't make sense to most black Americans. And apparently Tyla is Zulu, Mauritian, Indian, and Irish. So to be fair, she was just being proud of who she is. But black Americans didn't really want to hear that.
I'm gonna say this right quick because people are wishy-washy as fuck. For one, they allowed Kamala Harris to do this shit, and this is what I was saying when Kamala Harris was running for office. Just because they're from where they're from doesn't classify them as black. How they classified abroad is differently. If you go back on my videos, you'll see I've been saying this shit. Black people don't know that because we don't travel enough, we don't go out of the country enough, we don't do enough, and the thing is, we don't study enough, we don't read enough, we don't understand enough. This is how people look at us, and this is where they separate from us, and this is where things differentiate from where we stand. Everything don't just revolve around black America. Now what we need to start doing is actually acknowledging that fact, because we need to understand that a lot of these cultures don't even feel like they're part of what we do. That's another thing too, as far as like what she even standing on. Niggas gotta stop looking at shit like all crazy and shit like in real time. It's a whole other issue that's bigger than what because what she's saying is that it's a whole world outside of what we live in. It looks at it at this like that and that like this. You see what I'm saying? And we don't look at it like that. We look at it like this. We black, and that's all it is. Ain't no light brown, this, that, and the third. Yeah, you light skin, yeah, you brown, whatever. But you still black at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
To them, it seemed as though she's rejecting a whole community.
Niggas in America who are mad at her because they want her to say she's black, but in South Africa and what they've gone through, if you're probably a lighter skinned person, knowing that you haven't gone through the plight of the darker skinned black South Africans, you would refer to yourself as colored. But in America, the term colored is kind of like, wait, why are you using that term? Because of our, okay, it makes all the sense in the world now. Okay, so Tyla's right. You know, I've always just said, we here in the United States keep thinking that everybody needs to kowtow to what we got going on. Hell nah, man. Like, what the fuck?
So in America, the word colored is...
He making it small as fuck. It is small, but it ain't that fucking small. First of all, bitch ass nigga, when we went through what we went through at a point in time, colored was a derogatory term. Another thing is too, as far as like, even with what he's saying, black people do that same shit as far as like the light brown plight thing. We've all gone through that already. We went through that history too, bitch. So what are you talking about? The difference between how they treat their people versus how we treat our people over here is just different, and like our culture is just different, and we got to acknowledge that. That's why we got to stop associating ourselves with them, because it's not that we're not like them. Like, they're just another, like how white people are American, and then you got British white people, and then you got those white people, and you got them white people, or you got these Asian people, you got them Chinese. We got to start doing that, because we got to start acting like we got our own rules and they got their own rules and things like that, nigga. That's like the main issue with us as a whole.
Trauma-based, and it reminds them of a very terrible place in their political history, just like how we feel trauma from the K-word, right? And I just think this was more of a global misinterpretation, because some may have thought that she was throwing a slur and refusing the whole black culture. And these days, especially with the internet, it's difficult to explain yourself there and there, but also don't wait too long because people will start assuming things.
They failed her. Tyla's team, her American team, should have schooled her on these dynamics and made sure that she prepared her for these interviews, prepared her for these questions, and they didn't do that. They tried to do the same old two-step, which is we're just gonna sneak this non-black person in.
Bitch, she said she knew that the word was derogatory over here. She said that in the interview at the beginning of this shit, bitch. Is you retarded? She knew already, bitch. You just didn't know she knew, bitch. But she said to the public that she knew already. She knew what that meant. The word color meant. God damn it.
Telling she's black, but she's really not. But we gonna get them black dollars.
So Tyla spoke about the controversy to Cosmopolitan. She said she's happy that people were actually having this conversation around race, and people would get to understand that South Africa is more than just black and white. She added she grew up as a South African knowing herself as colored, but she's also mixed race and black.
And the majority increasing was not something they wanted. So instead, what they set out to do was, they said if you were a person who was black, and then you were also half white, they would then recategorize you as a new race, and that race they called colored.
Nonetheless, her explanations just deepened everything and put her into a deeper hole, especially when she went to the Breakfast Club.
School me on these debates that they be having about your identity as a South African colored person. What does that even mean?
Can we not? Por favor.
Oh, I like that. We keeping that in the interview too. I like when they talk from the back and say we can't. I like that. I like the carrot. That's good. That's even better.
Next one, please.
That's even better.
She then went on X to say that she's never denied her blackness. I don't know where that comes from. I'm mixed with black, Zulu, Irish, Mauritian, Indian, and colored. In South I would be classified as a colored woman, and other places I would be classified as just a black woman. Race is classified differently in different parts of the world. She tried to claim both cultures, both colored and black, and that she's not expecting to be identified as colored to people who don't feel comfortable with that term. And yeah, people just felt as though she was doubling down.
I mean, I know that people have been having this issue with Tyla saying that she's colored. I think that she probably didn't realize that it meant something different. She's only 19 years old, right. Number one, or 18 or something. She's a kid.
Yeah.
And I think she didn't realize that it was different for you than it is for us. And for her, it was very important to claim that identity.
That's
because
right.
In South Africa,
culture.
Yes, and in South Africa, this is it's important that she identifies as a colored person.
So since then, everything she's done has been viewed really closely. At the 2024 VMAs, Tyla won the Best Afrobeat Song for Water, but she created even more controversy, and people were outraged at the fact that her awards are always too heavy for her.
No, me and holding awards. I'm not strong enough. Please.
Tyla then took this to X and said that people make everything weird, and they said that she acted like the trophy was beneath her, physically and metaphorically. Then she received even more backlash for this situation.
Bro, don't nobody want no fucking weak ass Greek freaks, bro. Them shits is whack, bro. Them shits don't even got no fucking ankle support. That's why the fuck they always fucking injured, man. Get y'all shit together in the NBA, bitch. Stop playing around with your health, nigga. This is your career. Start putting some protection on your weak ass ankles. Look at these weak ass shoes. They not even showing them for fucking real, bitch ass niggas. They always throwing some weak ass shit on my YouTube, man.
So basically, Americans told her that she was being disrespectful for not wanting to dance with Usher in that way. They said dancing with Usher was more of a cosign, and the topic of her being an industry plant really took over from this point. People,
I'm gonna say this as far as that going, and like as far as so far, again, black people being wishy-washy. They be picking and choosing when they want to be like on motherfucker side and not on motherfucker side. Like at the end of the day, like y'all either gonna act like a woman got a choice to do what the fuck she want to do, or y'all gonna support the fact that women be acting weird as fuck towards men when we trying to just be cordial with them. Y'all do this as a whole. whole in this part of society, which is funny to me. But as far as like what she's saying, like they culture in Africa is way totally different from what the fuck we do. Like when you Kenyan or you Nigerian, it don't matter if you black, white, none of that. You just Kenyan and Nigerian out there. But they will classify your race, but they don't classify it as far as your nativity, nigga. We do that out here as far as like how we are. And we put that shit on our licenses and shit like that, but it ain't on their birth certificates and shit like that. They don't do that. Even how they move like with that shit as far as being a little racially separated, it's different. Even in London and shit, like it's different. The UK is different for them as far as being black. As far as us being black, like we all separated from these blacks as far as what we going through, as far as how we classify ourselves, as far as how we move. So we got to start remembering that and start separating ourselves from the fact that motherfuckers ain't really one of us. Like we different. We in a different area and class. So we got to start associating ourselves as a different culture of people, nigga. Goddamn.
Felt as though she is more of a commercial person than a personal person.
Tyla is part of the Illuminati and whatnot. Why? She came out of nowhere.
Tyla's debut album debuted at number 24 on the US Billboard 200 charts, earning 24,000 album equivalent units, including 3,100 pure sales in just its first week, and becoming the highest charting album on the Billboard 200 chart by a female African soloist in the chart's history. It seemed like a steady start for Tyla, with the album bagging features from Ghana, Thames, Travis Scott, Skilly Bang, and more. A very star-studded feature lineup. She was going from interview to interview to interview, award show to award show to award show, and she really seemed internationally promising. She was dubbed the next global pop princess, but it turns out it was just a wave that didn't last.
Tyla barely sold freaking 4,000 copies in her first week for her new EP because of the disrespect she displayed towards Black American people. To everyone in the diaspora that keeps disrespecting Black Americans, what have we learned from this? What have we learned from this? I'll tell you. Nothing moves and nothing shakes without Black Americans. This is coming from a Haitian American man.
So then Tyla recently released her new EP, and she sparked a lot of debate online on whether or not she is falling off due to the low album sales, only selling just 3,700 units in its first week in the US.
I'm gonna stop right here and I'm gonna let y'all do what y'all wanna do as far as, but I'm gonna say this. When it comes to these situations and shit like this, y'all gotta realize, for one, in America, these motherfuckers in the industry are trying to push us out. They're trying to push us out of the NBA, the NFL, the MLB, all of that shit. They trying to put European people everywhere we're at. We not fighting for our positions no more. They are trying to shift the music from hip hop to fucking Afro and reggae bullshit, which I don't support. The reason they doing it is because of the simple fact that music is so violent right now. But if we as a people were to move differently and just support musicians and who do music and things like that, it'd be a whole nother story if niggas was to fucking actually come together and actually do what we supposed to do as far as just doing music and not even just on that other shit. But that's the whole reason that they trying to shift American culture. They trying to change the game as far as and like push people out. You got to realize how like we're getting pushed out. We're not the ones doing like all of the big ass records, even though we getting played every fucking where. We not the ones getting the Grammys and shit like that. We're not the ones getting the MVPs all the damn time no more. That shit is over with. And nigga, I'm glad that this is coming up, because this also sparks the situation and the factor that people be hiding behind the screen, because they be hiding behind them images and shit like that, and people don't be knowing how people really move, think, and live. You got to understand it's a culture behind these people, and it's a lifestyle behind these people and how they moving. And that's the part that everybody stop and forget about. Like, nah, it's easy to do that in America because you already feel like you're related to these people, but it's a different story when they're European, because you have no real hardships with these people. You don't even know their history, and you don't even know what they've really gone through as far as how they see you either in this world when they come over here from where they coming from. Because a lot of countries see us as being lazy and shit like that. A lot of countries feel like we spoiled and shit like that. They don't really fuck with America outside of America. So I'm glad that this is being unveiled. Fuck is you talking about? But y'all let me know what the fuck y'all think. Like, subscribe, do whatever the fuck y'all want to. Peace. I'm out.
Hey, you gotta know your purpose, understand what work is. These snakes is lurking, observing, trying to close your curtains. These hoes be